Hello, I'm Val, and welcome to a bright but very cold morning in West Yorkshire. Um, First of all, thank you to everyone who's subscribed. I really appreciate that, and everyone who's watched my videos before. I've not videoed for a little while, mainly because I've adopted a new cat. A bit obsessed with him at the moment. His name's Badger. If I can work out, I'm not very good on YouTube. If I can work out how to insert a photo at this point, I will. If not, you'll see him another time. So anyway, finally getting around to showing you this little journal, which I had said previously I would. It's a little food themed journal. It's very simple. It's just literally one signature. It's got pages from a recipe book, front and back, and just a little tag that I made. A couple of images from magazine, the coffee beans, and then separately I found that little miniature cup with a funny face drawn into the foam. This is more of a straightforward journal than what I'm calling my Chunky Junky journal, or its successor, which is in progress. This is more straightforward. I simply just, for whatever reason, I had the urge to collect lots of food packaging and to stick it in. And so you can see we've got various sort of labels and bits and pieces. These were images from a magazine, and I cut out these slices of citrus fruit. I backed them with some card, and then I put some of these, these sticky adhesive pads on, so they just stand out a bit from the page. The stamps that you can see here and here are ones that I made from, the craft foam that you buy. It's got adhesive on the back, and you can buy sheets, like A4 size sheets of it from Hobbycraft or similar shops. And I made my own little printing stamps with these. They're so easy to do, the foam's so easy to cut out. These were kind of based on sort of seed pods, that idea. Also made this one, which I really like. It's a cardboard back, and then it's a big circle of the craft foam, and then you stick lots of teeny tiny circles on, and these were cut using just a regular hole punch. It does drive you a bit mad cutting all these individual circles out and sticking them down, but you do end up with something that's really quite a nice printing stamp, and it's surprisingly robust. This has lasted quite a while. I add a bit of masking tape to the back to make them easier to pick up and put down. I've made quite a few different printing stamps from the same craft foam, not used in this book, but just thought I'd show you these. You can use die cuts, cut these out with the craft foam and stick them onto card. That one, yeah, I think that's cardboard, and then the foam on the back. You make circles out of it, and you can stick it onto plastic as well to make little stamps. So yeah, I thought I'd show you those. Right, so let's move those out the way. So this was a blank greetings card, and I've stamped it just using regular ink pad. I went with the citrus colours to match those. There's just odd bits of wording cut out from magazines or books that I was taking to pieces. Got a pocket here. Oops, is that coming out? Yep. Those cookies are lovely. I can't buy those too often because they're full of butter and calories. But yeah, and I've used some of my gel prints throughout the book. There's a little tag from those plastic tags from when you buy nets of citrus fruit, satsumas. The plastic film from the top of a grapes packet. You're full of life and snacks. I like that. You've got various bits and pieces I've stuck in, and I like having little bits that stand out from the page and that you can open, fold over. Fruit pastels, yummy. Another little tag from a box of oat cakes. I'd had this very old recipe book. I think it was originally given away with a packet of flour, and it was very old and starting to get that kind of brownish sort of colouring on it. And it seemed a shame to cut it up, but I mean, what I was going to do with it, I wasn't going to keep it. So yeah, it's got these old measurements on here, ounces and pints. Chocolate wrapper. I've got another pocket. Little stickers from bananas. Across the packet, of sweets. There was an image in a magazine of a packet of sweets called Swedish Fish. I think they're jelly sweets. It just appealed to me. These are some more images that I cut out and backed with a bit of card and then used those adhesive pads to make them just stand out a bit from the page. I think I missed it's just a bit of a vintage stamp album. That's my favourite printing stamp of a fish that I've added there. And a couple of images of packs of Ryvita and a rather nice looking, a cookie or a cake, I don't know, but it does look yummy. Snacking fruit, a little pack of that. That's a card that I had from an auntie that I made into a kind of a tag, or you could journal on there if you wanted to use this as a book you're writing. Little cat that I drew, that's my dinner, it's asking. And some of these pages I've added colour just to make them, liven them up a bit. I do like that image, that's just from a magazine. It reminds me of that game Pac-Man. Not that I ever played it, but I saw images of it, and it seems to be eating the pasta. What else have we? Oh, this was, I cut a page in two, and this was an advert for eggs. I'm not sure, that surely must be painted, that egg. Surely birds cannot produce an egg that colour. Though these are definitely the original colour of the eggs. They're very beautiful. It is just a lovely image. We've got top of a creme fraiche pack. I like the sound that makes. And there's a Bounty, pack of Bounty bars. That would make a pocket. You could put something in there. Another gel print here. Here's a bag that had Satsumas in it originally. So that's made a pocket there. There's another pocket at the top here. And this was from a coffee shop, one of those little loyalty cards. And I stuck an image of a Christmas pud on there. And then this makes another pocket. Very nice chocolate. Oh, and that's a bit from that sort of vintage recipe book on there, telling you how to make a Christmas pudding or short crust pastry. Not that I ever make pastry, because I buy it from the supermarket, which is cheating, I know, but it's easier. Oh, chew pastry. I'm not going to make that either. I've seen that made on Bake Off. It looks way too complicated for me. That's from the creme fraiche pot again, and a little tag that I've made from a chocolate wrapper. Some plotted paper on there, and that's just a little card. Oops, pop that back in. We've got a pocket made from a packet of coconut rice. Again, that makes a nice sort of a squishy noise as you turn the page. Those crisps, I love those. They're so yummy. I cannot buy those too often because, just eat them all. Just crunchy, crunchy, crunch. Yes, very, very tempting. And we've got another couple of tags. I do quite like making journal cards or tags from indexes in books. If you're taking a book apart and there's an index, they're just quite fun to read down, see all the different entries. That's a little label from a pack of fruit that for some reason, I just kind of stitched around it and added a button and a bit of thread at the top. So that's quite fun to stitch into things like plastic, just to see how well it stitches. Chocolate wrapper, pineapple, the label from pineapple. Yep, a couple more journal cards there. I cut out an image of some, nearly said donuts then, bananas. Yeah, bananas. And shows a couple of suitably banana coloured beads there. And I wanted to cover up the name of the supermarket, so I just stuck the odd word donuts there. I'm sure we'd all be a lot healthier if we ate more bananas and less donuts. And that's again from that advert for eggs, showing all those beautiful eggs that nature gives us. Another gel print there. What's that? Oh, some hints on steam puddings. Yum yum. That's from a pack of, oh, that must be the cracker rice. That image came from the box. And we've got some little tags and cards there. This is from a packet of, I think it's called bistro salad. I'm not quite sure, but I just cut out part of the packet, if I can say it, and put that over that page. And there's my fishy stamp again. And that lifts up, and then that lifts up as well. And this makes me smile. There was a magazine article about fair trade chocolate and tea and so on. And it had that picture of a large tea bag. So I cut it out, put some card on the back, and it stays in front of this chocolate wrapper, which has got a little image from a granola packet stuck on, and a couple of other labels, some hot chocolate and a bottle of squash. So that just tucks into there. And that's my packet of tea. I've got a band from around a tin can of spaghetti hoops. So that pops back in there, that goes in there. That was from around a bottle of drink, I think it was. And I had found a picture of a Christmas pud, so I stuck it over whatever the drink was. A couple more little tags. That's my packet of tea. That's from some cereal bars. There's a bit of gel print on the back. Another little journal card, and that's just an image from a magazine of some healthy looking salad stuff. I stuck 2 pages together to make a pocket. I just stenciled on the back of that. I did an image of some chocolate chip oat cakes, and that goes back in there. And this page I painted this rather nice colour and stenciled on it, and I thought the colour fitted in with whatever that jam is there, cherry jam, blackberry jam, whatever. So yeah, I quite like the way that bowl sticks out from the page. And over we go, and there's the granola packet that I did little stuck on part of a mince pie, and you lift that up and there's various odds and ends under there. So yeah, that's this journal. It is quite more straightforward, as I say, than the other one that I made, but I had a lot of fun. It is quite fun to have a theme, I think, to a journal, so I did like doing this one. And there are places in it still where I could add more little odds and ends, but it's mainly finished. So yeah, that's that one. And the one I'm working on at the moment is this big chunky one, which I put the cover on it yesterday, and it's starting to fill up, but there's still a lot of empty space. So you'll see progress on this one at some point. I'll move that slightly to one side because the ring light is shining on that little piece there. So thanks for watching. I hope that was interesting, and I look forward to any comments that you have, and if you give me a like, that would be amazing. And if you haven't subscribed, then if you would like to subscribe, that would be extra amazing. So thanks for your time. Hope you have a good day, and bye bye for now.